I guess you can say I'm difficult, or so I've been told, but that just sounds like it's coming from someone who doesn't know how to handle me. My apologies if you find me a bit too challenging. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that my past PTSD from my last relationships causes me to think that you can't be good to me. You say I'm being a detective, but I just think I'm being protective. Excuse me if my tone of voice is a bit aggressive. I'm just reiterating the fact that I was never the one to mess with. I'm sorry. I let it happen again. I let past experiences where two-time lying, full of yourself, not raised right men, dictate the way I interact with you. And I really want to trust, but it's obvious I still have some issues that I need to get through. I never said that loving me would be easy. But if you're going to, do not excuse my assertiveness for inability to be submissive. I just know what I want, so I'm making sure you understand the mission. Listen. I know that I am no walk in the park. I am a lot to handle. And sometimes I can be a little too sensitive. And some days you may feel like I'm not even messing with you, but those days I need you to not take it personal. Maybe what I'm trying to say is, sometimes I need a little more reassurance than normal. I have crippling anxiety that I don't necessarily speak about, so I hope it doesn't bother you when I ask you to bear with me. I hope I'm not asking you for too much when I ask if you still like me. Paranoid. I know. I never said it was easy to love me, but my love is rewarding, so if you're going to, do not mistake my need to be loved out loud or insecurities. Trust me, I know that I have wife written all over me. My table is always full. So if you're still going to sit down and enjoy this meal, I need to ensure that you're willing to learn how to love me properly. And I've never been the one that was afraid to speak, or the days I'm a bit too quiet, or it seems like I'm a bit out of it. Hold me, because anxiety doesn't always tell me why he's visiting. And tell me every time you think I'm beautiful, because compliments from you feel more like confirmation that it's gonna be a good day. I want you to teach me enough to love you, more than the basics, so please. Tell me you love me. Tell me you miss me at 2 p.m., in the middle of your day when you have a whole bunch of thoughts at the forefront of your brain. Remind me that I am still your girl. Remind me that I am still important enough to think about in the middle of chaos. If I am your girl, then I need to feel like I am more than just a friend. No, I am not being needy. I need you to be here with me. I never said it was easy to love me. But if you're still going to, I need to know that you're willing to love me correctly.
A fleeting glimpse of sunlight I'm not quite able to grasp. I reach my hand out and grab, but in my fingers, there was nothing. Fleeting and gone, and it is night again. I want so much, but I never have time. Time is fleeting. It's there, and then it's gone. Time is money. The world gives you time, and you've got to spend it. To do anything, you have to have time. An exchange of goods. An hour of tired shopping for a bag of new clothes I might not like tomorrow, and no one gets virtual. Every breath or stretch or distraction takes time away until I have to do homework, eat dinner, feed the pets, do the dishes, do more homework, take a shower, go to practice, and go to sleep. Until there is no more time to do what I want. To read the current favorite book, to write, or to just relax. Until I'm burnt out over nothing. Time does that. It stabs you through when you're not looking. Time is money. But money doesn't give you time, because time is an hourglass. When you flip it, sand pours out, and there's no way to put it back. Wasted time is the heaviest, falling down on me like bullets, cementing my body in stone, but it's fast and loose and liquidy, and then sand is pouring down my throat. When I am drowning in sand, I cannot make my body move. To make use of all this sand, time unspent still ticks by. And when I've got no more time in the day is when I want everything. I am writing this at midnight, when there is no sunlight and no time, and when I want everything. I suddenly regret not going outside when it was sunny and basking in the heat. I want to write America's next great novel. I want to work on the hobby I like so other people will like me too. I want to call my friends and talk about meaningless nonsense for an hour. I want to read an entire book and just sit and think about it. I don't want to be sitting in my room at midnight, except it is not midnight. It is 12:01. I've spent a minute thinking about things I cannot have. I make myself go to bed, Wrapping myself in blankets, I soothe myself with thoughts of tomorrow. That there will be more sunlight. That there will be more books, homework, cramped handwriting, practice, and sadness tomorrow. You can sleep when you're dead, but you need sleep so you don't die. So as my consciousness fades, I think there will be more time to waste tomorrow.
I remember when I was young, I went to a friend's house and there was an older male, not like a sibling or a cousin, but like a man my mom's age. I remember looking at my friend's family, then at mine. I remember thinking, who is he? Why is he at all my friends' houses but mine? Years have gone by, yet that question still lingers in my mind. Only now I know who that man is, so my question now being, where's my dad? I figured out who he is in a general context. I know why my family consists of 4 women and no man, but I don't know why he left. This question has stayed dormant in the farthest part of my mind, but today it rises to the front. The desire to see him, know him, understand him has become great. I want to see him and finally understand why my mothers and sisters say I look like him. Understand why they say of his eyes, teeth, even nails. I want to know his favorite games, food, sports, anything. I want to know more than he liked Pepsi. And I only know that because I love Pepsi, yet the rest of my family are Coke lovers. I just want to know him. I want to know my dad. I want to understand him and why he left. I want to understand why he chose to lie about me twice. I want to know why he doesn't want me. For years, I watched my friends with their dads. I watched my friends go hand in hand with their father. I watched my friends go to them when they argued with their mother. I watched my friend's dad hug her close and long. For years, I've seen this over and over. For years, I watched my friends have dads. The pain I feel when I see my friend's dad embrace them. The pain I felt when a girl's first love is her father. The pain I feel and felt in my chest when I'm asked what happened to my dad. I can't describe it. The first love I was supposed to have broke my heart even before I was old enough to understand what heartbreak was. The male that was supposed to walk me down the aisle walked away even before I could stand. The male who was supposed to be the first guy to ever hold me wasn't even there for my arrival in this world. My dad was never there. And yet there are so many nights I hope and pray he would come back. I'd hope I'd meet him one day. I'd pray that he would come back. I wish he had stayed. Stay through my first words, my first step, my first A, my first game. I wish he had stayed through the dark days where all I wanted was to die. The days where Mom and I argued. The days all I wanted was the man I had no memory of. The days I just wanted my dad. Still, even after 17 years, I hope that one day I will get to know my dad's touch. I hope that I'll get to feel his embrace. I hope I'll hear his words of praise instead of the eerie silence when I try to think of his voice. I hope that one day I will hear my dad say, "I love you," with a smile on his face. But then again, that's just a hope. One I can reach for eternity. It'll always be out of reach. Because deep down, I know that I will never get an answer to, where's my dad?
My poem is entitled, The Steps to Shoah, The Stories of the Holocaust. 1. Shoah is a story of stereotype. The weak refuse to fight for their homes. Losers, glorious tales of war. A story of a stabbed man proposed. 2. Shoah is the story of an election. The House fills with those who promote a candidate to start a new republic, one whose beliefs the media will sugarcoat. Tell them that the case has forever been closed, pad the news with meaningless fodder, convince the public Shoah is just some myth, a tale of monsters, one that cannot be opposed. 3. Shoah requires an economic need, a need to rally the people, to rally together the scapegoats for deportation, those who you can convince the civilians aren't people. 4. Shoah can be a night of broken glass where you can't tell where the screams are coming from. All the words are a slew. All they can see is the end of a barrel, smiling with the fleshy, burning stew of their cultures behind you. Then, when they trust that the people will interfere, the reflection of cold stainless steel will only show man, whose blood boils in the pot with the sin of life, creating a diaspora on both sides of the river of bodies. 5. gather a conference filled with those who agree that maybe Shoah is the final solution. The true goal of the powers that be is a goal of execution. 6, Shoah is a night's entertainment. They turn away from the flame into old smiles. But hearing the screams, you know it is not just a nightmare anymore, stripping naked in front of the burning pile. 7, Shoah happens in a camp as group after group crowds into the shower, gather enough to break into ash, scooping 88 tablespoons of the powder. Let their screams fade into the smoke as their souls seep into the ground to forever haunt the land. Shoah is the cleansing of the chamber of the gas to thrust the next group into till they fail to stand. 88, as their dog whistles repeat in your head. 88, you know that Shoah is that girl with the diary, writing a story of dancing winds. Shoah is the cause of the final day in which that little girl will live. But you have never cared. As you end her story and turn your spotlight away from the diary on the shelves, away from the diaspora of the families that you've bombed, shining away from your bloodshot eyes set on some greater purpose upon the greedy mouth of your manifest gloriousness, minister of Israel, and tell us, the Gazans will bring upon themselves a bigger Shoah, despite all those years your people had suffered trying to defend themselves.